Coach, what's going on? A little Black Friday, a little pop up stream. Not getting too crazy about anything. Um, just hanging out. Wife is out Black Friday shopping, and so I'm sitting here at the house just chilling. I want to come on and done a live stream in a minute. I want to come on and kind of talk to you guys and see what's going on. As folks are coming in, just say who you are, where you at, and then if you got any questions y'all want to talk about. Not that I'm an authority. I always say that. Not that I'm authority or know everything, but I just want to have an open dialogue, communication, and kind of talk. Let's see. If y'all want to talk about anything, let's drop them in the comments. Let's pull it up. Let's see who's playing right now. Colorado is absolutely putting it on Oklahoma State right now. Minnesota is beating Wisconsin. And Boise's beating Oregon State. Shout out. But Navy beat East Carolina. Go Navy. The big one, the Egg Bowl, freaking Mississippi State Ole Miss. R.I.P. Mike Leach. Let's see. Big ones tomorrow. Who thinks going to win the game? Ohio State, Michigan. Obviously, I think Michigan is down, but it's a rivalry game. You never know. But you got to think that Ohio State's got this one. You know what I mean? Let's see. Talk about it. There we go. Yeah, so if you're hanging out, if you just joined the stream, let me know who you are, where you at. And if you want to talk about anything, let's jump in and talk about it. I know a lot of people want to talk about Pass Pro. That's a huge thing people want to talk about usually. And I love talking about Pass Pro, so that's not an issue at all. It'd be full slide, half slide, sprint out, hit kids, pulling guys, play action type deals. I'm with it. Let's see. My dog, Ethan Shelton. What's up, dude? What's going on? Ethan, if you have anything you want to talk about, let's talk about it, right? Kind of get the conversation generating. Go ahead and like and retweet my tweet on Twitter, and that's where you saw it from, more than likely. So go ahead and retweet that. Tell people to come on. Let's talk. Let's talk ball. You got anything you want to talk about? Let's do it. I kind of said this in the beginning. My wife's Black Friday shopping with the in-laws, so she is doing her thing. So I decided to come on. Let's talk a little ball. Let's get after it a little bit. Get better. Let's see. Here we go. Protecting zone schemes. Split zone, inside zone, outside zone. All right. So protecting Well, I'm assuming you mean just the variations off of those. Clarify a little bit. Kind of like you're running a lot of split inside and outside, and then what's something you can do to kind of come off of that, whether it be another run or whether it be yeah, a pass off of it. So, all right, that's good. Let's jump into it. All right, let me pull up huddle, and we can get to that for sure. Um, pull up my playbook. We'll go new and new play. All right, I'll share this out right here. Present, share screen. All right, cool. I'm gonna have to assume that everybody can see this. So let's talk about a little bit of outside zone first, because we were pretty good running outside zone. It's really the first time I was able to run outside zone um, pretty well. So just throw up a random formation. We'll go just everybody's favorite defense. We'll switch these dudes. All right. And if you got any questions, I will be checking back and forth on the screen to kind of see if you got any questions. All right, so outside zone. Let's talk about outside zone first. So and this looks overlooked the H. My rules for outside zone. I need to make a video on it. I kind of been pushing that off and need to uh, do that. But for us, you have your play side gap. It's zone, right? Play side gap. Not only do you have your play side gap, but you have to read the next down lineman. That's what I tell them. So we know tackles got C, guards got B, centers got play side A, centers got backside A, and then the tackles got backside B. At the end of the day, right? And we are wide, 2 feet behind the line, reaching and running for our play side gap. Okay. So essentially, what's going like this: we're reaching like this. Okay. And so if guard has a D lineman in his play side gap, which he does, he has a 3 technique, right? He's gonna reach, but he's gonna be more responsible for that guy staying on play side number. Tackle's got a guy in his play side gap, right? He's probably a little wider. Um, he's gonna get on his play side number. He's gonna be running through that guy's face, trying to gain width and stretch him. Center, okay, you have nobody in your gap, so you're gonna read the next down lineman. It was a 3 technique. You're gonna reach to your guard's hip. If the 3 technique goes B gap, gets widened or gets penetration, you're going to climb then, okay, to the mic. Okay. Same thing. Guard, you have a play side guy, you have a guy in your play side gap. You're going to reach and run through this guy's play side number and reach and run him and try to stretch him. Backside tackle, you do the same thing. Read the next down lineman. Okay. You're going to get to the nose, get to your buddy, you're right here, the guard. Do the same thing we just did over here. And if he goes spikes A gap, then you're going to go ahead and climb. Great. Now, the opposite is also true. Okay. If the 3 technique spikes A gap, well, the center's now got him. And now the guard will now keep running. He'll either climb or he'll go and check with the tackle. Okay. And one thing about outside zone is it is a lot of reps, right? You gotta show them every scenario. It's almost like a dance, right? You cannot be methodical. You cannot pre-plan. You have to just kind of have a feel for it and kind of go. So, a couple of things, okay. And then the H, he's alley back for safety. He's going to check the tackle, make sure he's good. If we are good, he reaches that shoulder. Great. Now he's going to go and get taken outside. Okay, that's how we teach it with the H. Cool. Now, let's get rid of all these guys. Excuse me. All right. So protecting the outside zone. And a couple of things that we decided to do. This is really mainly against odd front. So let's kind of do against odd front. Okay. And we got a guy here. We're going to just like this. Awesome. All right. So what we told, like more like, yeah, like tight front. So what we would protect our outside zone with, we would protect it with kind of like a pin and pull look. And I gave my tackling guards, they were 2 seniors. I kind of gave them kind of free run to do this because they were able to communicate and they were buddies and they could taught very well. Right. So instead of running just true, everybody's reaching outside zone because this guy's in a 4-eye. Right. What we would do is he would just pin him down. He would block him down, get hands on, uh, backside hand through the sternum, place side hand through the back, get on his shoulder pad, and try to run him down. Then the guard would then fold. Everyone does that. He'll then fold outside. H is also going outside. And then we'll reach here. Okay. We can either double this thing like that, or they can fold on the backside as well. Okay. And then this is more of a down block. Okay. So he's going to step play side. And then he'll fold around, and then you cut off through the backside. So this is the way to protect outside zone, kind of just pin and pull it, especially when the angles aren't great, or maybe you're dealing with a guy that's not as, you're dealing with linemen that aren't as good, or one-on-one blocks, or stretching and reaching. Okay, if you're more of a gap scheme team, then just pin and pull that thing, right, and give your kids kind of the, freedom to kind of have fun with that, right? Let's talk about. Well, let's go back to 425. Ooh, my bad. All right. So here we go. Inside zone. Perfect. Love it. Okay. Inside zone. If you have anything, if anybody's joining late, please drop a comment. What y'all talking about? That's what I'm talking about. So we're talking about protecting zone schemes. So let's go split zone. So we know, okay, I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence. Let's just say we know how to run inside zone, right? We're gonna base this guy, right? For us, we would base that guy. We would kind of have a bang technique here, okay, and then we're sifting through the B gap. Okay, that's kind of how we would run inside zone 2-3 technique. Then we would have over in split zone, right? He is blocking C gap, basic split zone. Perfect slide, dive. You can get to the center of butt crack if you need to. Because they remember that. Cool. We read first D lineman. So the first D lineman is right here. This 3 technique. If he stays in the 3, bang an A. He stunts or comes backside to an A gap. Cool. Hit B gap. And we'll keep running. Okay. From there, split zone. Okay. So if we wanted to get more of a triple look, we would split RPO this guy. Okay. So let's delete that. So now he is taking the same track, right? He is aiming for the outside number of the defensive end. He's going to bypass him and run an arrow route. Okay. Over here, you can run whatever your concept is. You can kind of run. I would run more of a. Let's go like more of a snag look, right? Set him down right there, and now we are going to read him. Okay, he stays outside or goes with the H, hand the ball off. We still got the wind back. Cool. He crashes down inside. Great. Pull it. And now we're running on the outside, reading this guy. He runs with the arrow, throw the snag. If he backs up into this window, throw the arrow route. Okay. That's just basic, RPO right there with the split, right? Everybody does that. I'm sure you can watch a game right now on TV, the college game, and somebody's going to run this concept. So that's very simple right there. Next, okay, is kind of the bluff play. Okay, so for split. So we're going to get to the C. Okay, at the end's going to go inside. Great, bluff him and get to the alley. Still reading this guy. He goes inside the block. Quarterback will pull it. He'll get out. He'll be running on the perimeter. Right. So that's just another way to protect, kind of protect your scheme right there. All right. And then inside zone, you can pretty much do whatever, anything you want. We can kind of get creative with that. Let's kind of move all this back. All right. Let's go split back. Okay, so now we're going to do more of a little triple option look. Okay, so let's say that they go here and go there. Okay. And I'm not a defensive coordinator, so don't laugh at my diagrams. It is what it is. So we are going to run inside zone, right? Base. Okay. We're going to, it looks awful. Double here, double there, right? And we're going to read this cat. So slide, I hate what does it. Slide there, motion there. Okay, so we're going to read off of this guy, replace, and now we're going to pitch off this Sam right here. Okay, pitch off to Sam. Like it, cool. Pitch off of him. That's really like really wide diagram right there. But that's another way to protect your inside zone. Like, hey, they're kind of blowing us up, or this safety right here is becoming a problem. Or let's not split him. Let's not split the H, right, and kick the C gap. Let's just have a little bit of a triple option phase to it and run like this, right? Some people call it veer. Great. That is inside zone. Now, for me, I would flip the concept, and instead of running zone, y'all know me, I would run duo. So this would be duo to the left. And I've kind of talked about what the difference is between duo and inside zone to exhaustion. So I'm not worried about it. Okay. So now we are running dive, pitch. It's the same play, essentially, guys. Just for me, it's different than what assignments the linemen have, right? So same thing. So reading the end, okay. Still reading the end, still reading the Sam, and we're gonna pitch and read phase right on the old school triple option. Okay. All right. But Ethan, I appreciate you talking about that and kind of bringing that up. Love it. Anybody's got any other questions? Anything else you want to talk about? Definitely down. Nope, I kind of gave you something to think about. If I did, my bad. Um, kind of. I'm an offensive line coach, so my mind goes immediately run game. All right. What else we gonna talk about, guys? Again, I'm just hanging out. If you're watching, please put down who's watching, where you're at. This is kind of I kind of a preview to the clinic series, and also a preview to the clinic in January. Let's see, Coach Harmeyer. I'm gonna call you Hallmeyer. I hope that's how you say it. Coach Seth, what's your favorite quarterback run game out of empty with the F attached to the box? My guy. All right. This kind of you're next speaking on language, Coach. Let's get it. Let's see. All right, share it back. All right. So let's kind of like that. I'm assuming you're talking about. Okay, perfect. It's a little empty. Love it. And I have a video. I did this. I did a video talking about quarterback running game at empty. Pretty darn good video. I thought people did. Kind of. It's titled. It's like three things, whatever it is. The defensive coordinators gives them nightmares on the channel. But let's talk about it. So, a couple things you can do. First thing I'm gonna do is can I run power? That's number one. Can I run power? So let's see. Um, so I don't know. I probably would have him in the box like this, especially for running power. Because to me, this H's alignment is huge. Some people are like, "Oh, it's not that big a deal." Like, well, for me, here in the B gap, stack the tackle, and in a wing are three different things. And the reason I say that is because the leverage is different. Leverage is different on the defensive end. How you want to handle them? Do you want to block this defensive end down? I put him more of a wing. Do you want to kick him out? Put him inside, right? Do you want to have more of a double team between the tackle and the H? Stack him or put him outside. Do you want to kind of hide your H? Stack him behind the tackle. So for this one, we're going to put him right here in the H. And you're like, oh, well, coach, does that show tendencies? Yeah, sure. I don't care. All right. And you got to beat me first before I worry about my tendencies. All right. So working backside, basic power. Right, we're pulling tie off the double team for the first linebacker in the box, and we're going to pick and hinge. It's the worst pick and hinge ever shown. So right there, plugging through the B gap, J block right there. Y'all know quarterback, boom, right there. Go beat the safety, right? So quarterback power out of empty, huge right there. Let's go another one. Let's bring a little motion, right? Okay. So let's bring a little motion, and we're going to show a little bit of a bash look right here. So we're going to bring the motion here. Well, go there. Okay, that's an awful motion look. All right. So y'all essentially know his motion in there. All right. So we're going to run GT to the left. There we go. Going there, walking back, going there, boom. Okay. Now, I would send this guy either here to secure the block, since we're not going to really hand this thing off. So I would send him there. Okay. Quarterback's going to fake the jet and then run bash. Okay. That's a big thing. And you don't have to actually read it. Now, you can read it. Nothing wrong with reading it, but if you want to be fast, let's go, right? If you want the thing to be fast. But what I would do, I would just like straight up bring that T in motion, kind of just throw it up to him, like fake it up to him, and then put my foot in the ground and go running bash right here. And what we're hoping is that this guy goes outside. He's caught outside, and we'll hit right here. Okay, you got to see how their guys are playing. If they're not playing like that, you might have to figure something else out. Don't bring the motion, right? Don't bring the motion. Just have him go block there, right? And then just run just quarterback counter, right? Don't have to worry about the bash look. Okay. Let's see. I like a little bit of this. Okay, we'll go quarterback outside zone. Okay. Student body right. Okay. Okay, I bring this T in motion, kind of lose this guy right here on the backside, kind of gain more on the front side. Go block there, or you can cross dog these dudes. I'm using a defensive term because I can. Okay, we're trying to hit outside, so we'll cross this. Okay, he goes inside, he goes outside, and we're going to either hit in the alley because we've secured a wall, or we're going to hit it right between this cross. Right, if this linebacker has to come all the way across, the safety, good on him. Right, so it's a little bit cute on quarterback. Little quarterback sweep outside zone, whatever you want to call it. Also, is the T. Give it to the T. Pop up the T. Let him get outside. You're losing a guy, but you still have the numbers, so you can still do the jet outside as well. Let's see. If you're more of like a man scheme type of deal, let's say that I don't know, ISO is your go-to play. We ran a lot of ISO too this year, right? If you run quarterback ISO, right? Wrap right there. Follow the H to the promised land, right? So you got a little quarterback ISO as well. Okay. Appreciate that, coach. I could keep going when it comes to quarterback run game, but kind of talking about that. It's King 336. Coach, drop your name so we can kind of identify who you are. But he says, "What's up, Coach?" Oh, it's Coach J. My bad. Coach J out of Ohio. Just finished my first year coaching high school O-line. Wanted to get some advice on what the off seasons for O linemen should look like. Great question. Well, it's a couple of things. One, I would highly recommend them like wrestling. So at the beginning of the off season, I have this guy wrestling or playing another sport, right? Playing another sport. They can throw. If y'all do indoor track, they can throw. Um, or just or weightlifting, right? Getting them in the weight room, getting them lifting, stuff like that. But yeah, wrestling's the biggest one. Now, once wrestling's over, there's not many other sports for like linemen, right? Um, Definitely have them lifting and conditioning. Biggest thing when you come to the offensive line, you can never be too strong. You can never be too flexible or in condition. So I would make sure I would Google or hit up somebody that's really good at like flexibility stuff, whether it be the hips, the knees, or the ankles. Definitely make sure that your guys are as flexible as they can be. Um, so strong, flexible, and then in shape. All right. So when you get the spring ball, whenever y'all do spring, coach in Ohio, I don't know if y'all do spring in Ohio. I don't know that. Let me know. But for here, we do spring ball. So I want them to be in shape for spring ball. Spring ball is not a conditioning tool, right? It's not now we need to run them to death to kind of get them in shape. Not like that after school stuff you do during like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. No, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. During the off season, that's the stuff to get them in shape, get them stronger. Um, and so in spring ball, we can roll, right? We got our installs going in. We have to worry about getting stronger or staying in shape. No spring ball, that's tough. So now I would say just the stronger, more flexible, have them play a sport. And then I'll work on the mental. Work on the mental. Make sure your guys are like 1,000% locked in on what your core schemes are. What are your core runs, coach? What do y'all run up there? Because I would make sure my guys like they know it against even, odd, stack, bear, whatever y'all see the majority of. That is huge. Um, so for your guys, that's what your guys should be really focusing on: getting bigger in the weight room, getting more flexible, being in shape, and knowing the plays. Like if you can do that, you're way ahead of the curve, right? Or having played sport. Um, we get about Coach Seth said we get about 20 days to burn before camp starts in July. That's so for us in May we get 10 days of actual put pads on, go through our stuff, and that's our spring ball. And I think it's big. I mean, I hate that y'all don't have that. I hate it. All right. Coach Jay says they run power, duo, inside, outside zone. Okay. So yeah, um, I would put my guys through an install every week, and they're gonna be like, Coach, we've done this. Great, y'all gonna be experts, right? And if it gets to be monotonous, then I would block it against the front every week. So like this week we're gonna like on Monday, hey, we're gonna power against even front, right? And that's all we're doing today. Then on Tuesday we're gonna do duo against even front, right? Those kind of match up together. Then Wednesday we're gonna do inside zone versus even front, and then Thursday we're gonna do outside zone versus even front. Next week, Monday, power versus odd front, duo versus odd front on Tuesday, and then you catch my drift. And I'll keep doing that. And then I would once you get through the majority of the fronts you see even, odd, and let's do odd stack, right? Those three. So doing a 3 week cycle. So that 3 week cycle is over. I would do it again. Go back to even front with power on Monday. Um, do it so much they can't get it wrong, right? They can't get it wrong. Hardest front to run against, in your opinion? Um, it depends on what you see a lot, what you don't see a lot. Excuse me. Um, if you only see even front, then odds are gonna be hard. If all you see is odd front, because when I was at North Carolina, which y'all don't know where that is, but my last stop for Walkertown, our defense was odd. So they saw it all off season. They saw it all through camp, and then I don't know the numbers. It's like 6 or 7 out of the 10 games in our regular season, teams were odd. So odd was comfortable to them, right? And it was kind of blew my mind when we played an even front team, which we did the exact same thing I just told Coach Jay to do. We do the exact same thing. My guys knew plays back and forth. But once you get into more game planning during a week, then your guys start to kind of just conform to one defense. So if we're going against odd for 3 straight weeks, that fourth week when I bring even back, yeah, they remember, but they're like, dang, I wish we had odd again. So it's kind of whatever you don't see a lot, that's what's going to be the hardest. And whichever front has dudes. That's kind of self-explanatory. But I guess you could say odd front, okie, whatever you want to call it. Maybe a tight front. Um, Angles aren't as good. Or they're not as favorable if you're more of a spread team, 10, 11, 20 personnel. But when you have odd, I put a tight end on the line, and you should be golden. Um, but yeah, that's the hardest front. Could be the hardest front. Makes sense. Appreciate you, coach. Um, Put that back up. Yeah, guys, this is y'all's pop up clinic. So whatever y'all want to talk about, I'm down. I'm here. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, by the way. Didn't mention that. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a very restful Thanksgiving. Um, I did. I still am. Kind of enjoying not being at work, if I'm being honest. Appreciate you, coach. Hey, appreciate you, coach, coming to hang on. You have to subscribe. Make sure you go ahead and do that. Coach, I don't know if you are signed up for the clinic or not. January 25th. Make sure you get signed up. Make sure you get signed up for the clinic. It's an all day clinic. All right. We are talking nothing but straight offensive line play. I'm hyped up. It's the third one we've done. 300 and some coaches already signed up to come join us on the 25th. We're going to go 8 in the morning till 8 at night. And that's Eastern time. So 8 to 8. For some of y'all, it'll be 7 to 7. But 8 to 8, it's going to be great. Make sure you get on there. If you're not on there, DM me on Twitter or wherever you know me from, and we'll get you signed up. Coach Seth, make sure we're still playing. Yeah, we lost our second round game last week, 6-12, and that one still hurts. Still hurts. Not getting to practice on Thanksgiving was tough. All that stuff. So yeah, I wish we were too. Let's see. What's that? Oh yeah, I turned in the last one. It really helped go into the season. Awesome. Love it. That's all we want. Right? Clinics will always be free. Resources will always be free because I just want to help. Right? And it's not really me helping, it's the great speakers we have. They're coming on and helping. Let's see. Hey coach, thank you for doing this. This is Coach Scott Lambert. Thank you for doing this. What system do you use for calling in plays? Um, I mean, not really sure what you mean by system. Like we signal. That's kind of what you're talking about. We signal. Um, it's kind of what we do. We have used wristbands. We played a team that was very familiar with us. Um, we're familiar with my head coach and what he does, the system that he's brought. And so we've used wristbands. Kind of just had the play on there. The quarterback just tells offensive line, but all the skill guys have a wristband. And we kind of keep it that way. I'm a big signal guy. My foreign language in college was sign language, so I'm big on using my hands and signaling. So I love it. Coach says, "What division are you guys?" Division 7 regional final last week, 21-7 against Marion Local, playing the same conference as them as well. Longest winning streak in America. That's crazy. Marion Local. Yeah, I know next to nothing about Ohio football, other than the fact that a North Carolina school traveled to Ohio and beat Ohio, an Ohio school, some as a Catholic school, I believe. But Mallard Creek here in Charlotte traveled to Ohio and beat them. So shout out to North Carolina. Love it. It's like Archbishop Moeller or something like that. I might be wrong about that. 62 games in a row. I can't imagine. Is that 5+ years? 6+ years? I would imagine that'd be 5+ years. My cousin is coaching at Corvian. Corvian's got a big one tonight against Easton Randolph. Big, big game. Shout out to your cousin. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Again, guys, you have a topic. Let's talk about it. I love it. Love the dialogue. Y'all killing it right now. Y'all are killing it. Sorry, I'm in like several group chats and there are people texting me. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that everybody here is signed up for the Clay. So I'm not gonna worry about that. Let me just Google let's see. That wouldn't be you. No. Not that one either. Okay. Awesome. What type them up, guys. Type them up. Like Coach Jay, you're a first year offensive line coach. Kind of talk about you. What are kind of some successes and then kind of some things you feel like you need to work on personally? Because everybody does. And that's not a shade question. Everybody needs to get better at certain things. And if you ever think like, hey, I'm good, I don't need to get better, then you need to stop doing what you're doing. That's just my opinion. Let's see. The same thing with Coach Harmeyer. I'm a social studies PE guys. I'm not a English major. And anybody else that's watching? There's 4 guys watching. Anybody else that thinks that what were some successes you had? What were some struggles for you as a coach and you as a team? Let's see. Pull up the clinic. Y'all being in Ohio, y'all wouldn't happen to know anybody in West Virginia, would you? I need some coaches from West Virginia to come and join the clinic because I'm trying to have a coach from every single state, and y'all are right next to them. So literally, I have a coach from all but 6 states. It's driving me kind of crazy. So, like, there's got to be coaches in West Virginia. Like, I guess they still follow me, which is what it is. Definitely would not have thought that I would have had coaches in Hawaii before I had coaches in West Virginia. Let's see. All right, now you had a question. Let's see. I think I could have did a better job utilizing practice time. That's huge. I know most head coaches will be like, "Oh, no standing around, fill your time." Um, how much time do you get for Indy, or how much time do you get this practice time? You're not doing a great job utilizing. How much is it, right? And we'll kind of break it down. Let's talk about it. We'll talk about what you're doing. Let's talk about what you like. Maybe something you can add, something you can get. You can kind of utilize your time. Let's talk about that. So, how much time do you have, and then what are we doing? I need to pay more attention to my young guys during Indy time. So focus on getting the varsity guys, the reps, the young guys fall to the wayside. Well, in my opinion, I don't know how big your school is. I don't know how many coaches you have. So this is kind of I'm kind of just throwing this out there. So we have we have a defensive staff and offensive staff. We're very blessed, right? We're a 2A school. We have 700 kids, right? So I don't know how that looks like in Ohio, but we happen to have enough. Like I have there's an O line coach and a D line coach. Cool. So we split practice. So while varsity offense is going, JV defense is going. So I can focus only on my varsity guys, right? However many there is, right? If it's 7, 8 guys, cool. I'm focused on those guys to make sure that they know what they're doing, they're getting their fundamentals done, all those things. Then we flip. So when varsity goes to defense, I get all my JV guys, and that's some of the best time, right? I'll love it. That's the future. I love JV, right? And they're all are just wide eyed and ready to listen and do whatever you tell them. So that's awesome as well. So that's I can focus on my young guys, right? So that's how we kind of do that. I'm kind of reading your question. I don't know if you're talking about your young guys that are on varsity, or you're talking about your JVs. Um, you can clarify that for me. I would appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of sled time, not enough technique to break down the plays. Yeah. All right. So I kind of take you through my indie, and our indie time varies, right? And like I just said, we split our team, so I don't have all varsity and JV going at one time, so I can get multiple reps, right? So a big thing for me is steps. I work on steps every day. That is non-negotiable. We're going to work on our down blocks, our zone blocks, and our reach blocks. Under the shoot, right? And I have boards. So we're going down, we're going to work on zone, we're going to work on outside zone, steps, right? And we're going left and right on all of them, right? And so getting through that takes a little bit of time. But once you get good at it, you get through it, right? And Coach Jay, that was something you could do. There's no equipment, there's no hitting, so you could do that. Um, you can kind of do that during your off season stuff. So I would do that as well, right? And so your kids already know, hey, Coach Jay wants to do this. We know how to do it. We've been doing it all off season. We're good at it. Okay. Then, right. So once I do my steps, then I'll work pulls. So then I'll go to my pulls and we'll work our trap pulls and our skip pulls. So we're a big gap scheme team. So we'll do steps, pulls, trap and skip both ways. And then we'll go to our double teams, right? So then we'll work doubles or gap doubles. We're working to a backside linebacker. We're working our duo doubles. We're working that vice double team vertical to a play side linebacker. And then we'll work our zone double teams where we're all stepping the same way. And our outside zone double team. So now we're already kind of accumulating some time here. And then we'll finish on the sled. It is the all run game. And I'll get to pass stuff in a second. All run game. We'll get on the sled. We'll zone step. So we'll zone step right, zone step left. So we'll offset them. So we have a 5-man sled right like this. I'll offset them one outside here, 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 here. We'll all step to the bag, right, left, and right. Then I'll have them block linebackers, so I'll push them off the ball about 5 yards in a 2-point stance, ready to go. They'll run up, sink their hips, roll their hips, drive through the bag, blocking linebackers, and then we'll trap through. We'll trap through the sled. So I'll back them 5 yards off the ball again, have them all facing one way, and they'll trap to the left, flip them, trap to the right, and then if I have time, right, kind of figure out where we're at that point. If we have time, then I'll have them set down the bags, right, and we'll kind of flip our mindset into pass pro mode. And we'll set down each one, left, go back to the right, and then we'll do suicides. So we'll go to the right. So we'll hit it, skip one, hit it, come back, hit it, skip one, come back. It's just kind of a suicide back and forth. We'll do that. And usually any time's done, right? When you get 15 minutes, right? Or you get 20 if it's a certain type of a day. Then on my pass pro indie, we'll get during special teams. So if you have special teams built into your practice plan, steal that time, right? So then we'll go and we'll do all of our pass pro indie. We'll have them set on the line, right foot up, left foot up, switching their stances. They'll go stationary, so they'll go on me. We'll go just 0 set, which is a power step. We'll go 1, they'll set back once. We'll go 2, set back twice. 2, redirect, they'll set back twice, and then redirect and drive their feet like a guy trussed in their face. We'll do a 3-man drill where I got my guy in the middle, and he has 3 guys in front of him. The guy on the right goes, he sets to the right, punches. The guy on the left goes, he sets to the left, punches, and then the guy comes down like straight towards his face and it's like a bull rush. And he'll sink his hips and get running forward and kind of absorb a blow. So we'll do that. Everybody rotates through that. It takes a little bit of time. I usually get 2 groups going if I have a lot of kids. So they can kind of run that drill themselves once you get good at it. And then we'll work knee to crotch. We're making sure we have our knee in the crotch of the guy. We're setting on our buddy. So we're on a line. We have a defensive end or whoever it is on our outside shoulder, and we'll set knee to crotch on that guy. And then work on our hands, right? I work independent hands. So outside hands always working, right? Stops penetration, stops the outside rush. He goes inside, bring the inside hand. So we'll rush outside. So stop the penetration. If you can't stop the penetration, then we'll go and we'll run him by. If he tries to go inside, stop penetration, goes inside, bring the inside hand, bring it inside and grab and lift the inside and stop penetration and work independent hands. If you have some time, you need to do something pre-practice, something like that will work. Knocking hands off, redirecting our hands, stuff like that. That's kind of like general way we'll do Indy. Okay, but steal that time during special teams to do your path pro. That's just my opinion. Coach Trotter, my guy, he said he's struggling through this turkey hangover, but he's here. I appreciate him a lot. Coach says I technically coach tight ends, but I consider myself an extension of the offensive line. Considering that's what I played in high school, so more so talking about defensive Indy, I only had 2 true varsity guys. I got you. Yeah. That's tough. We only have 2 true varsity guys, but I mean, at that point, if you only have 2 guys, then I mean, try to work your younger guys in there. Okay, get your younger guys in there. But yeah. Saint Sports Networks, appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are the legends, man. Covering the game. I can't remember if you told me or not. Are you going to the Star Mountain Mount Airy game? Let me know. Young guys. Had 2 tweeners that could be varsity, but the rest were freshmen who have to play for us this upcoming season because we graduated a lot. Well, this off season, that's where you need to develop them. Develop them as much as you can. Something I told Coach Jay earlier. Develop them. Make sure they know their assignments. And then working all those things, getting them bigger, faster, stronger, flexible, stuff like that. Yeah, special teams. I definitely need to do better utilizing that. Yeah, because I have fallen into pushing later in the season. I've fallen into the trap of just trying to hang out during special teams. That's definitely a time you can steal. You're going. Like I just worked 8 hours at the school. Now we're going like rapid fire with these guys. And then when we get to special teams, I kind of want to chill. Gotta break yourself of that. Get out there with your guys and work on another type of Indy. My other shooter will be Star Mount. He's gonna be Eastern Rand off Corvian. Heck yeah, battle of undefeated. I like it. Again, guys. But if you have any questions, please make sure. Hey, let's go ahead. Y'all have been rocking it. I really appreciate it. Y'all have been rocking. Drop a topic. Let me see. Got some guys hit me up about the clinic. Love it. Say go Cardinals. Don't have a dog in that fight. All right. Guys, been going for 49 minutes. Y'all been rocking it. Let's see. Share some of these scores while y'all are thinking about things to ask. I completely forgot that the Raiders and Chiefs were playing today. Um, Boise won, Colorado won, Minnesota won, Miami, Ohio won, Navy with a great win. East Carolina, not East Carolina fan. Um, and then Texas State's beating out South Alabama by 7. Utah State, Colorado State 0-0, and then Sam Houston's beating the Flamers 3-0. So love it. I love the indie question, and I kind of was rambling about my indie. Sorry, that's kind of what I do. I made a video on indie, like what to do with your indie time, stuff like that. It's on my channel as well. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can hear my dog over here snoring, but she is snoring. Oh man, it's good stuff. Definitely needed that. Awesome. Been blessed with extremely physically gifted tight ends. Just hard to get the violent demeanor that needs to be played with up front. I've gotten it out of them each year, but it's always a fight. It is. I mean, especially I feel like every year you keep going, okay, into the future, kids are going to get more and more passive. That's just the way it is. But you're going to have your outliers. So you have your kids that are just dogs. But I think for a lot of kids, it's just not normal, right? To be physically assertive anymore. Um, the more digital we go, the more online we go. It's just not like they're going to be more verbally violent, I guess you could say, than physically violent when it comes to playing football. So, and if anybody knows how to make kids tough, make kids violent, playing the game of football, you'll make $1 million. So it's kind of you kind of just have to emphasize certain things, coach certain things, stay on it, and either they'll eventually get it or they won't. Right, and you just keep on trying to figure out new ways to try and coach them up. So I have a kid. I have a kid. He's not that aggressive, but he's technical. Right, so he's always going to be in the right spot. He's always going to make sure that he takes the right steps to get in the right position, put his body between him and where the ball's going so he can block his defender. Well, I applaud him every time I see it because I don't need you to necessarily get pancakes every single play. No, I praise those things and I coach those things, that finishing, and we do special things for the kids that do, but we do special things for him as well because did he was he aggressive? Maybe not, but he was technical with how he did what he was supposed to do, and he put his body on the line and he blocked the dude, right? So it kind of depends on getting the job done, right? Schroeder, we give a specific award for being physical and aggressive. We preach it every week. Helmet stickers for aggressive plays. It's a core value for us. Yeah, I mean, kids will do. Kids will rise to whatever you emphasize, like pancakes, right? Pancake blocks are huge for me, right? And the reason it is because I want my guys to finish. I want them to work on finishing every play. So, what? Sorry, I got my eyes watering because I was yawning. My guys look to finish every play because I have a pancake counter, right? It's an Excel file. I bring it up every Monday, right? After I watch the film, I update it every Monday. The kids want to see how many I have, what's the total up to, right? And then we'll do. We didn't do it this year, but we'll do helmet stickers. We'll do. We set a goal, right? If you get above this many, um, we get them food, and we spent so much money on food for the kids, but they loved it, right? And they bought into it, and they were so appreciative, and so we really wanted to do it. Um, so we praised it and we emphasized it, and the kids they finished right. They finished plays, um, and it's nothing all you can ask for, right? Just so praise it and emphasize it. Let's see. Um. All right. Okay. Hopefully, I don't have the same. Have to have the same fight with kids next year. Wait. Hopefully, I don't have the same fight. The kids next year is a return starter for. I got you. I got you. Well, it's always good to have starters coming back for sure. I was blessed this past year. All five of my guys were starters for me the previous year. Now I've got to because my center got hurt at the end of the season, so the backup center came in and played the last 5, 6 games. So he's probably going to be the starter. I mean, he's going to be a starter probably at center. I left guards back, and then I have a big kid that got hurt this past year, but I'm going to be on his butt all off season. I'm doing the same things I told you, Coach Jay. Same things. Get him ready to be the starting left tackle or right tackle, depending on how I feel. So I've got 3 penciled in that I think are going to be good for us, and I got to find 2 more from the younger guys. I think I think that I'm gonna have 5, but I need 5 I'm be comfortable with. So it's gonna be a lot of developing in the off season. Whenever the head coach says, "Hey, we're rolling, let's roll," and we're gonna be developing those dudes every day. We've set a standard now, right? So we've rushed for over 2,000 yards this year. And our starting running back, he had 1,800 yards on the ground. So we've set a standard of how we want to play football. So we got to live up to that. Do's all 5 up front. Do's quarterback, running back, 3 receivers, between 1 receiver and 1 tight end. Well, Coach, that sounds awful, but it's an opportunity. Find the negative and try to make it a positive. Um, but you'll get it. Yeah, I'm graduating 4 guys. The young guys got so much needed experience later in the year. Yeah, and I'm big on JV. So make sure your young guys are playing. If you need to play a couple of those guys, and at the end of games, as you're blowing out teams, like getting stats is cool, but get your young guys and they get some varsity experience. Let them go in there. Let them go in there and fail. Let them go in there and find some success, and let them roll. Let them roll. Oh man. All right, guys. Unless in the next 2 minutes, unless we get another question, I'm probably gonna wrap it up. Because we're coming up on an hour. So make sure if you do have something last second, make sure you just drop it in the chat. Let's see. Sorry, guys. That's about the clinic, so I gotta send the invites. It's one of the most enjoyable parts of coaching is getting them to be able to play at the varsity level. It really is. Um, 'Cause there's something about it. That seeing that development, there's nothing like it, right? And especially with offensive line, you might have a kid that's a freshman that can't freaking walk and chew gum at the same time, and then by the time they're a junior, they're freaking a war daddy and like throwing kids out the club. It blows my mind. But you never give up on kids. Never give up on them. Just keep trying to develop them and try to. If they're in an ugly frog stance, just keep coaching them. Keep trying to get them flexible where they can get in a great stance, and eventually, guys, either they're going to be bad or they're going to develop into something. So you might as well keep trying. Might as well keep trying. All right. Next year, probably starting 1 senior, 3 sophomores, and a freshman. Hey, well, you know what? In 2 years, when those sophomores and seniors, y'all gonna be darn good. I'm telling you right now, y'all gonna be darn good. So keep rocking, keep the head up. I know 2 years feels like, oh, that's so far away. It can be, but keep rocking with it. Trust me. I've been there. I've played young guys before, and I've seen them on the backside when they've really developed. All right, guys, that's been an hour. I'm gonna hop off. Appreciate everybody for hanging out, and I appreciate Coach Seth, Coach Scott, Coach Jay, my guy, Coach Trotter coming on, Coach Ethan Shelton coming on, hanging out, kind of talking ball. Make sure y'all sign up for the clinic if you already haven't, and I will check y'all next time.